Welcome! We are Two Finger Spirits. We got the camera shy camera guy.
Back here as usual.
We got the live studio audience. She's something else, isn't she?
She sure is.
She looks like a movie star. Godzilla. Well, we're doing a very special video today. B.D. Wilcox is a great supporter of ours. He's always commenting and giving us great advice and great commentary. Encouragement. And he's very insightful. And he suggests adding water to some of these whiskeys to see how it changes for better or worse. And I guess you could say maybe I'm a proof snob.
Yes.
Among other types of snobbery as well.
I'm also a proof snob. It's funny how long I've come since last December, where I started off only liking the 80, 90, 100 proofs, and now I want nothing to do with them. All I want is something of a higher proof, because I like the flavors.
How interesting. And we did that Dalmore, and I guess we gave it a little guff for being 80 proof, but it was one of the best tasting 80 proof whiskey, most complex whiskey.
The Dalmore 12 and 15 were so good.
They were very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and what I did was I proofed the Obtainium down, and I pre-did it before I came over here.
All right, so we have the Obtainium light whiskey.
Yep, it's 135.2 proof, and
Matt, I just want to go through.
Go through the comments while I set. All right, so you go fill them in on some details because I can't talk and pour at the same time. It's like chewing gum and walking for me.
Might make it a little difficult. So we're using the Obtainium light whiskey today. This specific batch is 135 proof. So the mash bill is 99% corn, 1% malted barley. If you want to know more about it, I highly encourage you to check out our review on the Obtainium.
We put a link right here, but the camera guy can't get that down.
No, I can't. And maybe someone could comment and tell me how to do it. So anyway, while Brandon's pouring, I'm going to talk a little bit about what B.D. Wilcox has said to us. You know, when we did the Dalmore, he told us not to get down on the proof. Most distillers test their whiskeys at various proofs to decide what tastes best. Another one, he would rank 142 somewhere between nitromethane and hypergolic rocket fuel.
Rocket fuel, yeah.
That's a good one.
That was on the Jack Daniels Coy Hill, I think.
You're right. And then we have one where he said you should try incrementally adding small amounts of spring or filtered water.
We heard him loud and clear. That's what we're doing.
So here we are. You know what? This is a tribute to your support, and thank you.
And he also suggested that we check out a Whiskey Try video, and I've watched a lot of the videos, and I did go and watch that video that he asked us to about how to add water, and a Patterson video that I have seen before, but I went back and rewatched it in preparation for this. So here's full strength for you. And
what I want to do, these are the proofs of, we have 90.
Yeah.
100,
yeah,
110,
yeah,
120,
yeah,
125, and our regular proof, which is 135.
And I did the 125. I did 10 proof points increments, except for the 125. I did 5 between these because that was the Whiskey Tribe. They seemed to like the 125 in the whiskey they were tasting, and I think it was their own whiskey because they distilled their own stuff. So, but we're doing Obtainium, like we said. So,
can I ask you a follow-up?
Yeah.
How did you get these out? How did you get this down to a 90 proof? And how do you know it's 90 proof? How do you know it's 100 proof?
I'll get to it.
I don't believe it.
I'll get to it in my little spiel. I took some notes as I was preparing for this. So
I think you made the whole thing up.
We're going to go to add water or to not add water. That is the question. So the Whiskey Advocate has a calculator on their website. We just recently subscribed to that magazine, and on their website they have a calculator where you can tell it how much water you added to the whiskey if you tell it its proof, and it'll tell you what proof it is now with the water. Or you could tell it the proof of the whiskey, how much. So I started with 1 ounce of this, well, 1 ounce per bottle, and it tells you how much water to add to it. So, for example, the 125 proof, I had to add 2.37 ounces, which I
ounces?
Yeah, milliliters.
Ah, there we go.
Milliliters. So it just tells you, and then you got to convert it because it gives it to you in ounces. You got to convert some. So that's how I did it.
That's what Google's for.
And you know, there's companies out there that will sell you water. Like there's a Kentucky-based one that will sell you their limestone water, which they, say that's why their whiskey's so great. And there's a one based in Scotland. It's Whisky something, and they'll sell you water from the different regions of Scotland. I wouldn't use tap water. I used purified water for this experiment. You could use tap water if you like your tap water, but I would use whatever water you like to
The
drink.
problem with tap water is, you know, if it's tap water from a well, you're getting lots of different ground minerals that can
it
throw off
be
the
hard
flavors.
water.
If you have city water, you might be picking up a lot of different things that could change the flavor.
But if you like your water, you could probably use that, whatever water you typically would choose to drink.
Right.
If you're in Flint, Michigan, do not do this.
It's terrible.
And there's other companies that will sell you syringes or whatever type of tool to add water to it. I have added water occasionally. I use a steel straw. I just dip it in, but this was much more accurate than that. So this is the last straw.
You're on a roll with the jokes today.
Oh God, dad jokes are the best. So I did see the Richard Patterson video where he does say, you know, do not add water to my whiskey. And then another one, he does say he likes to prove it down to 35% to taste it. I also saw one with Charlie McLean where he discusses the differences of enjoying whiskey and appreciating whiskey. That's a good one to check out because it's about adding water and not adding ice. They both say don't add ice, which, what am I? I would never do that. Yeah, and I would argue it's not even whiskey once it's below 40% alcohol, but who am I to argue with Mr. Patterson?
I agree. You know, you could always try some Fireball.
Yeah.
I think that's 35 proof.
Yeah.
No, I doubt it.
And it is. It's around 30%.
Is it?
30%. So with that being said, let's get right into this.
All right, so we're at the 90 proof right now.
Yeah, this is 90 proof. Still picking up some nice flavors. Mostly barrel. Some straw. Definitely no ethanol.
I don't even pick up the ethanol at the 135. So as you do this, I'm going to be referring back to the 135.
Yeah. That's strange because on this next proof up, the 100 proof, I'm getting no nose. No. No nose.
Some nose?
Yeah, nothing. This had the barrel and some grass. This has nothing.
Well, it's got to have something more.
Mm.
You not catching anything?
And that's weird. Where that was bitter, this is now sweet, and I'm getting mostly that corn and a slightly bitterness on the finish.
All right.
Wow, this is really interesting. This is kind of fun. And I'll tell you, I will tell you, it did hurt me a little on the inside to take 5 ounces of this whiskey and start adding water to it. But it is fun. It's now kind of excited for trying this.
Thank you for doing that. All right, so now we're at the 110. We're going to compare the
Now this has less nose to this, because now when I'm going back to this, I'm picking up a little barrel, slight char, and nothing on this now. And that's still the barrel and some grass. So that's interesting. So moving on up to the 110. Really light sense of the barrel. That's so interesting.
Can you pass me the 90? So I'm just smelling the 135, and I'm not getting any excitement out here.
Well, after nosing the high octane, wow.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised.
This is even sweeter than the 100. The 110 is even sweeter. So this was sweet. This is sweeter. This was bitter.
All right.
This had a bitter finish. This keeps the sweetness through the finish of like boy, it tastes like a hard shell candy, like what I imagine just the candy around an M&M would taste like.
Yes.
Wow, that is so cool. Nice oily mouthfeel at 110. Boy.
So at 110, you're really starting to enjoy it. I can't wait for you to get to the 135.
So this is now 120? Yeah. Some barrel spice now, some vanilla. Definitely some caramel. The caramel carries through on the palate into the finish. It's not as sweet as those. It feels more balanced here.
Okay, and that's at the 120.
120. So now I'm getting all the nicer flavors, the caramel, the vanilla.
You picking up any of, remember when we did the last tasting?
Honey, brown sugar.
The honey, the brown sugar,
Did we say brown
honey
sugar?
grams.
Oh,
Honey
the
grams.
Teddy Grams. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
Teddy Grams. No, this is now honey, brown sugar, caramel, little bit of cinnamon on the finish. It's tickling my tongue a little bit.
All right, so the flavors are really starting to come out.
Yeah. See, here was kind of one-dimensional between sweet and bitter, and kind of bitterish.
But the nose is, on the 90 proof, that nose is there.
Yeah, the nose is there, and on these, tell me if you get a nose on that.
Well, I'm comparing it to the 135.
But it was weird that I got a nose on the 90 and nothing on the 100, and even on the 110 it was kind of even less so.
The smell of the 90,
So-
it's like, it dwarfs everything.
Now I'm going to go to 125.
Go for it.
Yeah. Brown sugar.
Just get a little baking spice.
Yeah, definitely get some baking spice, some honey.
And I always like the cherry flavor on the palate and the nose for my whiskeys. And I feel like the 135 really has it. Are you getting it all on the 125?
There's such little difference here for me on these two. I feel like I did get a little bit of that like dried cherry on this one, which I don't think I got on this. This was kind of void of that, but it had the caramel, the vanilla, brown sugar, and honey. This has all that and then adds the cherry component. Maybe because you said cherry as I was sipping it.
No, it's there. It's there. I know I'm only 10 proof higher than you.
And next to no burn. Just a slight little tingle that, frankly, I enjoy. Go right up to the full proof now.
It's time.
Like Camera Guy said, we did review this not too long ago, actually. I think it was our last video that we did, right?
Might have been. And once again, this is probably what, our 5th or 6th bottle of this at this point.
Yeah. I had 2. Pete had 1. I just got another one. You just got 1. And we love it. We love it.
We love it.
And this is not a beginner whiskey. Like the Camera Guy said, he started off only liking really 80 proof stuff, and
I would
slowly.
have hated this time last year.
And now you're a proof snob.
Well, yeah.
Because I think maybe if a beginner tried this, they might burn their nose, but I'm not getting.
They won't burn their nose, but I had a buddy over the other day, and I was like, if you like whiskey, he's like, I like whiskey. I was like, this is super high proof, you gotta try it. He's like, that's too high of a proof for me.
He knew before he even tried it.
No, he knew as soon as he tasted it.
Oh, he did taste it.
And
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had to finish it for him.
Oh,
for me.
you are one heck of a trooper. But when you're gonna nose, especially high proof, but I do it with all whiskeys, is I part my lips. I don't just close my mouth and inhale to my nose. Open my lips, roll it around. Boy, that's nice. I love it.
So now we're at the full strength here.
It's a flavor bomb.
It's amazing.
It's a flavor bomb. I love it. This is so full. I got everything I got. Fades into the leather and tobacco at the end, which none of these did.
Nope. And this has I don't know, but this has a sweetness at the end that I absolutely love. And did you get you got a bitterness on the lower proofs and sweeter towards the end?
Only bitter. Well, this was bitter. This was sweet and then ended kind of bitter. This was sweet all the way through. This really started showing all the flavors more of the flavors anyways. This one added the cherry, and this one just adds so much more. I was actually ready to say that this was going to be a game changer for me. That adding the water, I was going to like maybe a lower proof. I really sincerely was able to give myself over to that. But no, I like the fuller proof the best.
But this is what I would like to say about this. The nose was the best on the 90.
No.
I think you got the most smell out of it.
No. This I got sweetness. This I got next to nothing. This I got even less. This started coming up with the brown sugar and the honeys. This was still on the nose, the brown sugar and the honeys, but on the flavor, on the palate, added cherry. But this was full of honey, brown sugar, honeysuckle. This definitely has the most flavor out of all of them. And this might be an exception because it is 99% corn. But it's like when you're reading the book, you got to give yourself over to that book and let that book influence you. So I was really ready to, I gave my all to this experiment thinking, okay, maybe I will like this I was thinking probably 125 because the Whiskey tried whatever whiskey they were tasting like that at 125. But in this case, I think they got incrementally better as I got higher proof.
But I wonder if that's just this specific whiskey where this happened.
That's what I was just saying, yeah. And I thought about trying this with the Lefroy cast strength instead.
But we already have it at a lower proof. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because that one's only around, I think, 114. And the normal variation is, I think, 40%. And they're both fantastic. But when you try them side by side, that cast strength has so much more flavor. But that being said, you have to have conditioned yourself to it, I think.
And I also wonder if there's something we're missing.
How so?
When we're adding water, is there something that we should be looking for that we're not understanding? But you know what? That's what the comments are for. Because maybe...
Sure. We love getting comments. We love doing experiments like this.
Feedback is the best thing we can get. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and I thank BD Wilcox for letting me do this and suggesting this because I think it was a fun experiment. I don't know if that came through in the video. I hope it does. Because, it's a really cool idea.
I gotta be honest, I loved every minute of watching this, working with you with this, and reading B. Wilcox's comments. So, thank you, we appreciate it.
But, this might be a great thing to do with, like, the studio audience who is liking lower proof whiskeys to get her to try some of these better stuff. So, yeah, maybe she can enjoy this if we proof it down for her. So, if you have a nice whiskey that you like at a cask strength, but you want a friend to try it who's just getting into whiskeys, proof it down for them. See if they like it.
Use a proofing calculator.
Yeah, that proofing calculator. I'm going to put it in the description so you can click on it. And, we really appreciate every single one of your comments out there. We appreciate your support. Cosmos Mariner has done a lot of good things. Talked a lot about some interesting things.
Celebrity Whiskey Deathmatch.
Yeah. So
we got a couple great people out there. So thank you so much and cheers, everybody.
Can I end this with a quote?
I guess.
All right. This is a good one for the new year coming in.
I just wanted to cheers.
The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. Nor all the piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line. Nor all the tears wash out a single word. Omar Khayyam.
You gotta start doing quotes that I understand.
I love this quote. Cheers!
Cheers, everybody.